Okay.
Alright, resuming.
Welcome back to Banner Saga 3!
Everyone's gonna die. Rook
Hopefully
killed them
not.
all edition. I guess
But
we...
Rook's dead.
I know, and everything he did up until that point led them to this. I guess we go to the outskirts.
Yep.
Alright. Part of the city smolders since the riots, matching the mood in the lower rings. Supplies are scattered, impossible to tally or portion since the funeral. Hoarding seems necessary for the future, and you're afraid that other clans in Aberrang feel the same way. You overhear grumbling amongst the clansmen, those most happy to feast on the... those most happy to feast on the dead, boy.
Oh!
You overhear grumbling amongst the clansmen, those most happy to feast to the dead are the ones feeling remorse now. If nothing else, we should set the precedent from here on out. Aleo suggests.
Combine and ration the remaining food tightly.
Are you sure you want to do that? I know you're trying to play Paragon here, but we see where that landed Rook.
Shall we pillage? Or... screw it, combine and ration. Number 1.
Trust overcomes. Some are relieved to place the burden on you. Others insist on keeping a watchful eye on the stockpile. Said your goodbyes at the funeral. Oh, we wasted time!
Aberrang spared 4 days.
Yeah, but that might have been more if we didn't waste this time.
Oh.
I guess we're gonna go back to Ivor and the others. Yep. So we bought ourselves 4 more days with what we did, I guess. Ravens swear they see figures lurking in the corners of their eyes and hear whispers of dead family members. Some accuse the corpse of Juno, others the ominous pillars that have been rising on the horizon. The dredging on the stone, Ivan tells them. Rises like teeth from the hungered wolves' maw, Spa sings. Swallowed brave men, the bright doom star. An old song from before the gods died. Fitting, ambling through tall pillars like teeth in obsidian forest wreathing the great black godstone. Oh shit! Look at this! In this corner. Like a stone cinder? Like what's going on with this?
Well, blimey! If my dead mother appears, I'm handling things here and now.
Ollie snarls.
Make a joke at Ollie's expense.
Oh boy.
If your dead mother appears,
You begin. But Ollie stares murder at you, and the joke curdles in your mouth. Spar cackles like a mad hen. Nobody else dares. Could have gone worse.
Well, rack off, you bogan!
Abrang's dead. It's over! It's over!
Do you think we might get back to Aberrang?
I'm going to guess, based on what happened before, that we'll transition every time we run out of time to see how much longer we can hold out.
We push on, despite hope being lost, along with Juno, to something black and heavy ahead. Did the dredge build godstones of their own, or
They
is
did,
this something else?
and hope is not lost yet, Ivor.
Oh! You jerk in terror as Juno's voice in your head, and her hand lightly squeezes your shoulder. She breathes softly. Well done. You can put me down. Nerves get the best of even the bravest. Stop! Blurts Volka. Not another step. She pushes her way to Juno. You died. You died. Not another damn step till you tell us what's happening. All of it. A chorus of voices concur, echoing off the pillars themselves. Juno sags upon her staff. She does look older now, that portrait. She looks at Ivan, but his stare is leagues. But his stare is leagues from here. All will be well, she starts, but jerks back from Folka's spear point at her neck. No magic tricks, Folka hisses.
Juno, maybe you should answer the question.
You're right, Juno says. It's time you all knew. Do we get a cutscene? Yeah!
This will be more easily shown than told. The Valka were the first to discover a world within our world. The inner earth, with its own lands, people, and sun. A source of power far greater than our own. Ivan is the leader of the Valka. Brilliant, born with a mind devouring itself.
Oh.
I studied in secret to heal those wounds, and in time, we grew to love each other. But meddling with minds is forbidden, for reasons already clear to you.
Bow chicka bow wow. Mental bow chicka
The
bow
council
wow.
sentenced me to death. They agreed to spare Ivan the same fate if I went willingly. So I did. When Ivan discovered what had happened, he carried my body to the White Tower.
Ouch.
In his
That looks like
grief,
it
he
hurts.
drained the Black Sun of its energy, hoping to restore my life. The sun fell from the sky, ripping chasms through both worlds.
Doggo.
The serpent slithered out from its shattered egg, half-born, and the darkness within spread. I had become the new vessel for its power. When we reach the White Tower, and Ivan releases my energy, the sun will move again, and the darkness will return to where it belongs.
Interesting.
But can Ivan kill him? I mean, bring himself to kill Juno?
That's the question, but until that point, I assume Juno's immortal. Unless Juno can do it herself. That's the other question. Can Juno force her own life? Like, the energy from it back to where it came? And in doing that, would that kill the serpent? Or would it, like, reseal the serpent? Like, how would that work?
I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, then there's the other question, like, the gods died, or at least that's the lore we've been told since we started this. Would
Maybe the
they
gods
resurrect?
really aren't dead. I'm sorry, what?
Would they resurrect? Or are the gods just, like, powerless right now?
I'm not...
Or, potentially, the snake ate the gods. Is right. I don't know. Although that said, like, we discovered Ivan and Juno up on that tower, right? We assumed they were both dead when we first found them. But, I mean... what? The way Juno talks... It sounds like this happened a long time ago. And I'm trying to remember how long it's been since the sun and everything stopped moving. Like, I can't remember what they said specifically. Like, at the start of this. Like, in the first game. Like, how long it had been since, you know, the sun stopped moving and this, like, fell out of the sky or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would definitely determine how long ago this happened. But it feels like it's been a while. It's long enough at the very least that most of the humans were alive when it happened that we've met, like Rook and Alette and them. Or at least they know the old ways of when the gods were around.
And Alette doesn't seem like more than 20-something.
I was going to say she's like 17.
Okay.
16, 17?
So it has to be at least 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say much more than 10 years would be my guess. So that means that they didn't know about the inner world until like 10 years ago or so, or maybe a little bit longer. Because they said, didn't they just say that it was Ivan and them that discovered it, right?
I think.
Because that's kind of what I got out of it. So that, to me, means that, like, this inner world is only just discovered. This isn't something they've, like, researched out fully or anything.
Hmm.
I'm curious. Alright, I guess we can keep going. As Yuna releases her grip over the caravan, the image fades. Ivan carried me all the way back to Ridgehorn before he could go no further. That's where Hakon's warriors found us. Okay, so... interesting. So that makes it sound like it happened way sooner. Unless there was a lot of time spent between, like, their discovery of what Juno had done and what they decided to do.
Yeah.
Like, the timeline of these events is very strange to me at this point. I'm just trying to figure it out. They understandably believed I was dead and left me there. Ivan lived still, if only barely. By the time he awoke, the Varl had taken him most of the way to Einertoft. Then, when I realized what had happened, I traveled by ship down the river to meet Ivan in Sigerholm. But the Serpent's chasms prevented it. I believe you know the rest. I'm certain you have many questions. I will answer them clearly.
What does a serpent have to do with any of this?
I'll admit even I was uncertain until recently, but the easiest way to understand is to imagine an egg. The serpent's egg was made inside this inner earth, a black sun mirroring our own. Within it, a serpent would grow slowly over the ages. It was put here to eventually swallow the Loom Mother's creations, a cruel trick to destroy them in secret. So, this is interesting. This is very interesting.
It's just like Evangelion.
No, not even what I was thinking. Now, we've talked about you playing Demon Souls at some point, and when that remake comes out, I do intend to have that on the channel. But there is a very similar line in the very first, like, cinematic movie that you get as an intro to Demon Souls, where they say the world was created by God, but there was a poison put down on the planet. Whether by God or by some other, I believe they weren't sure. But it was like the first demon, the old demon, the original. And that demon was set to eventually, destroy the world. It's very similar to this, which is interesting. Now, they don't tell us who put this here. Well, it doesn't sound like it's the Loon Mothers. I would assume that they wouldn't want their own creations destroyed. Because it's done in secret. I'm curious who would have put the Serpent here. When the black sun fell to the earth, it cracked. The Serpent and its power spilled out well before its time.
Everything's happening now because of some petty grudges between the gods?
In a way, Ivan unwittingly did us all a favor. If the Serpent had grown to full size, well, at least as things are now, there may be a chance to reverse it.
I'm not exactly bursting with gratitude at the moment.
Understandable.
If the Dredge were taught by the Volca, then why are they attacking us?
The Stone Singers believe we have betrayed them. Early on, we discovered that the Black Sun was a far greater source of power than our own. After the worst of the Great Wars, everyone believed the Volca utterly defeated the Dredge. In truth, we offered them peace. In exchange for use of the Sun's power, we showed them how to flourish within their own lands, and create more of their own kind.
So you created the Stone Singers?
In a way, we only shared knowledge. It was always between a difficult It has always been a difficult question of how much control to exert. But now they believe we caused this destruction on purpose. They think that we wish to wipe them out, and, like anyone would, they fight back. They're scared and frenzied and will not listen. We have failed them as much as we have failed everyone else.
This goes back all the way to the time of the gods?
This can become long and complicated. I'll keep it simple. The Loom Mother first discovered weaving, and with it, created this world and those living on it. Okay, this might explain where the serpent comes from. The other beings in the tapestry, other gods, reacted in many different ways. Some wanted to learn weaving, and they took the creations she made and changed them, forming Varl and Horseborn. One god became jealous. He took mankind, reshaping them into Dredge, and hid them within the world to grow and torment the other creations. When the Loom Mother learned of this, she became furious. As she had discovered creation, she had also unwittingly created death, and accidentally killed the jealous god in anger. The other gods were terrified. They had never imagined not existing. They turned on each other out of fear. The gods died, but their creations continued on.
Oh.
The Volca were the Loom Mother's favored few. She taught them weaving. Ivan and I are descendants of those first people. So far this isn't explaining the serpent. It kind of makes it sound like that the gods killed each other, but that sounds like it happened a long time ago. Like, even prior to all this. Like, far further on from, like, the events of the sun.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it doesn't exactly tell us who put the snake there, unless it was that one jealous god. She only mentioned that it was the Dredge, but not him.
Well, I've heard enough now. What now?
Now we return the source of the power. I am not dead, but neither am I alive. This energy within me was stolen. Ivan will place me within the Black Sun. The celestial spheres will circle again. The darkness will be absorbed, and without that, the serpent will wither. She suddenly looks very tired, but tries to smile. So, by doing that, I assume that Juno dies. She relinquishes her power back into the sphere, and with the darkness dissipating, because I guess somehow resealing the sun puts it back in, or at least, closes off the source, the serpent dies without it. Or at least that's the way I'm understanding this.
Oh God, so no matter what I do, Juno will die.
Juno's the ultimate sacrifice.
I like 3, but I don't want to sound like a dick. You'll be trapped within the sun?
I've come to terms with it. Oh, so she doesn't die. She'll just keep living in there.
Oh.
At least that's the way it sounds. And now you know everything. Make sure Ivan does what is right. Interesting. So Ivan's... here's the other thing we learned. Ivan, his mind is slowly deteriorating. Whether or not that's been a thing for him or not is up in the air. It sounds like it started off like a brilliant person, and then over time it just kind of deteriorates.
Ooh. I think we should stop here since it's just about that time. So, next time on the next episode, we will find out what this mysterious structure is.
It's just a giant bellower.